Going live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hello, everybody. How you doing? It's the Fantasy Typhoon here. Welcome to Fantasy Typhoon Studios, and welcome to another episode of Can You Beat the Coin? Woo! It's week 7, folks. Week 7 here in the NFL. And we're going over some of our hits and misses from last week. Boy, last week was kind of intriguing. But before we get into that, let me bring on the founder of Can You Beat the Coin, my good friend, Mr. Jeff Haseley of the world-famous Football Guide. Jeff, give us a recap, man, of last week. What happened, man?
All right. Go ahead and share my screen if you're not doing so already.
All right, let's do that.
So last week... So first of all, the premise of the show is to use a coin flip to determine the against the spread winner. And what Typhoon and I will then do is pick 4 of those games and decide, which ones we want to change. We can change four outcomes basically. And those are our results. So last week, the coin went an unfathomable 0-14. 0-14 against the spread. So if you went against the coin, you'd be rich right now. You'd be loving life. So yeah, that is a huge shock, and that should be commended too. I mean, you know how hard it is to go 0-14.
That's almost impossible.
On point spreads, that's almost like flipping a coin 14 times and guessing if it's heads or tails each time. Wow. But anyway, so yes, we're looking at it here. I mean, the coin there's no green here on the coin side, where, of course, now if the coin missed everything, both Typhoon and I, our 4 picks against it, of course, are going to win, right? So we were undefeated against the coin, looking at the games that we picked.
I guess we could have closed our eyes last week and we could have took last week off.
We could. Now, law of averages says that the coin is going to have one hell of a week at some point here.
Sooner or later, it's going to happen. So let's take a look, if we can, here at this week. You want to go ahead and we'll do our coin flips. We'll determine who the coin likes, and then we'll make our 4 picks against it, and we'll kind of go from there. How's that sound? Let's do it.
All right. So first game, Thursday night, is Philadelphia and the Giants. Those of you who haven't seen this before, this is really easy. What I do is I go on this little site here called coinflip.com, and I flip a coin. Heads is always the home team. So if it comes up heads, that means the home team is the team the coin picks. So here's our pick: Philadelphia and the Giants. And as I said, this game is at home, so it's in Philadelphia. Here's the pick. The coin likes the Giants. Okay, Giants plus 3.5. Oh, you know what? Let's change this all to black. Giants plus 3.5 is the pick.
Let's see. Okay. So Giants plus 3.5.
Yep, they're getting 3.5 points at Philly. If you look at this this column here, there's a lot of home dogs. Look at the Jets. Look at the Bengals. Look at the football team. Look at the Texans, the Titans, the Cardinals, the Broncos, the Raiders, all home underdogs. Okay, anyway, let's move on to the next game here. New York Jets versus the Buffalo Bills. Game is in New York, so here's our flip. The coin likes the Jets.
Oh, it took the Jets.
The coin likes the New York Jets.
Oh, okay. So the coin wants Jets to cover the.
The coin is likes the Jets to get 12.5 points.
All right, so I'm already taking that one. I'm taking Buffalo. I'm letting you know now.
It's going to be hard not to. All right, next one: New Orleans at home versus Carolina. And here's our pick. Taking the Saints. Saints minus 7.5.
So this is a big Mike Thomas return, right?
That's right. Mike Thomas's return. They're coming off of a bye. Drew Brees hopefully had some rest. So, we're gonna find out there. Cincinnati at home versus the Browns. Bengals are favored by 3.5 points. Hey, so a little trivia question here. Well, it's not really a trivia question. It's more of a tidbit comment. But Joe Burrow is the only quarterback in the league who has 4 300-yard passing games. Did you know that?
Yeah. What is it? Is it 4 consecutive 300s?
No, it's just that he's the only one who has 4 this season. Nobody else has more than 3.
Oh, okay. I thought it was 4 consecutive. All right. That's good. Good.
I don't think it's 4 consecutive, but 4 out of their 6 games, however many they've played. I believe it's 6. All right, so here we go. Bengals, Browns. The coin says Bengals plus 3.5.
So just in case you're out there watching right now, you're one of the viewers, go ahead and send us in some 4 of your ones that you would choose, that you would flip.
Right, but they have to know which ones the coin flips first beforehand. So
right, absolutely. But as we go along, just go ahead and pay attention.
Right.
And go ahead and send us 4 of yours that you would like to flip.
All right, Washington at home versus Dallas. Dallas is favored in this game. What does that tell you? On the road, no less.
It tells you Washington must be bad.
Right? Washington must be bad. All right, so Washington plus 2.5. Here's the pick. It is, they're taking the Cowboys here. So the coin likes Dallas minus 2.5. Interesting. All right, next, moving right along here. Atlanta at home versus Detroit. Atlanta coming off their first win. It's Detroit. So the coin likes Detroit plus 2.5. All right, Houston at home versus Green Bay. Green Bay pretty much got embarrassed last week against the Buccaneers, right? I mean, what happened there? And Houston came to play against Tennessee, and they had a chance to win that game, and they couldn't stop Derrick Henry. They couldn't do it. Houston, Green Bay. Here's our pick. And it's heads, so we're taking Houston. Houston plus the 3.5 points. What do you think of that one?
No, let me let that one marinate a little bit.
Yeah, let that marinate. All right, here's the undefeated matchup of the Titans and the Steelers.
Boy, that's the game of the week right there, folks.
Right? This one is in Tennessee. It's a small line, 1.5 points. At this particular point, after last week of 0-14, I mean, we can't really rely on this coin, but the coin is going with Tennessee. Plus the points, 1.5. All right, Arizona at home versus division rival Seattle. And the line is 3.5. And coin likes Arizona. Arizona plus 3.5. So they're getting points at home. The home underdog. Next game, Chargers, Jaguars in Los Angeles. Chargers are favored by 8.5 points. Here's the pick, and it looks like it likes tails. So Jacksonville plus 8.5. Okay. Remember, Jacksonville struggled against Detroit last week. Also on the road.
They did. They really have.
Mm-hmm. Denver at home versus Kansas City. I mean, Denver, they talk about a team that's also been hit by injuries. The Broncos have been hit pretty hard. The Eagles have been hit hard. The Cowboys, the Giants, lots of teams hurt by injuries.
Teams have been decimated with injuries this year. So, it's kind of like fair. It's kind of fair.
Yeah. All right. So Denver, 9.5 points at home. Wow. Here's the pick. And the coin likes the Chiefs. Minus 9.5. Okay, moving on. The Patriots at home versus the 49ers. 49ers kind of had a get-right game last week, and they were able to take it to the Rams. I thought they looked pretty decent. Another team that's been hurt with injuries, but for whatever reason, San Francisco just pulled it out. It doesn't seem like it matters who the heck their running back is either. They just seem to produce. It's Kyle Shanahan's offense.
Yeah, it does. JaMychal Hasty. What is it? JaMychal Hasty? He's up.
Yeah, JaMychal Hasty, the Baylor product, right? Isn't he from Baylor?
Next up.
Patriots at home versus the 49ers. Of course, the Patriots will scheme some way to stop the 49ers' biggest attack. Now, who is that? Do they maybe Deebo Samuel? Who's their biggest concern? I mean, that's who they're going to look to eliminate from the game, and I'm not sure if you can really label one. But here's
our pick. Rough. Kittle. They're going to take Kittle out.
New England.
This will be a Kittle sit game, huh?
Well, yes. We can't forget about George Kittle. It's got to be Kittle, the one that they try to take away. All right. Raiders at home versus the Bucks. All right, two teams that are kind of on a roll. Raiders recently beat the Chiefs, and they're coming off of a bye, and the Bucks beat the Packers, who, I mean, a lot of people think the Packers might have been the number one team in the league, and the Bucks just took care of them. So,
yeah, once they got up to a 10-point lead. Green Bay did. Once you smack Rodgers in the mouth a couple of times, he'll fold. He's kind of like Jared Goff, Once you smack him in the mouth a little bit, I don't want to play no more.
All right, well, here's the pick. Remember, this is in Las Vegas, and the coin likes Tampa Bay minus the 2.5. All right, one more to go, and this is the Monday night game. Rams versus the Bears. Bears coming off of the big win against Carolina.
Please take the Rams, Coin.
What's that?
Coin, please take the Rams.
All right, let's see. It's going to be the Bears.
Oh.
Chicago plus. Is that right? Wow, they're getting 5.5 points. That's a good one right there.
I wanted that one, man. I wanted the Coin to take. I wanted the Coin to take the Rams.
That seems like that line's a little high, but you know what? Whatever. We'll go with it. So we both finished with four wins out of our picks against the Coin last week. Unfortunately, we took the rest of the Coin's picks, which were all wrong. 0-14.
Well, I guess since your record, I guess we can't go by record. Since we both tied last week, and you went 4-0 following week, the previous week, I guess it's up to you to go first, then, man.
All right, let's see. I'm gonna take the Bills.
Dog it! I knew you was gonna do that to me. I knew you was gonna do that to me. I hated to give it to you. I hated to give it to you first, but I got to be fair. Typhoons try to be an outstanding, honest gentleman. So
appreciate that.
I had to defer.
So I'm taking the Bills minus 12.5. All right, so you get your pick.
Let's see what we want to do here.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do Detroit. Give me Atlanta.
Okay, so you want Atlanta minus the 2.5. Oh, that's me. Minus 2.5. Got it. You've got them. All right, let's put this in blue. All right, my turn. I'm going to take the Panthers plus 7.5. Carolina is a good team as an underdog on the road and at home even. It's only when they're favored is when they seem to struggle. But a line like 7.5, I think they can cover that. So I'm going to go with Carolina here, plus the 7.5. All right, you're next.
Let's see. You took my Jets. Let's see what Jacksonville. Let's see what they got. Plus 8.
Mm-hmm. That one's not bad. Can the Raiders win at home against the Bucks?
Can they? Chiefs against Denver. That's looking kind of enticing. Kansas City needs a. Give me the Kansas City. No.
Okay.
No, that means Denver's got to play well.
That's right.
Let's see. Give me talk. I always have the worst luck on Thursday night. Every time I pick a Thursday night game, I botch it. But some reason that's where my heart's going. So give me Philly. As I contemplate, I might come back and change that one. That might be a change.
All right.
But as for right now,
I'll put it in pencil.
Yeah, put it in pencil.
All right, let's see. So I'm gonna take Pittsburgh minus the 1.5.
Yeah, I had that one outlined.
On the road in Tennessee.
Big Ben on the road. I can't trust them on the road. The Pittsburgh at home all day, every day. I'll take that one. But on the road,
the Titans are 5-0, and 4 of their wins have come on their last drive. So I'm thinking maybe the buck stops here. Pittsburgh rolls. At least, hopefully, they roll by more than 1.5 points. All right, who's your third?
I wanted to take the Seattle Arizona game if it was flipped. If that coin would have flipped the other way, I would have taken Arizona. Let's see, Cincinnati, Cleveland. That might be the sweet spot.
Okay.
That might be the sweet spot. No, so now Cleveland has to win by more than a field goal.
That's right.
That's going to be a nail biter, in my opinion. Let's see, Dallas, Washington. Washington has to. Yeah, give me Washington.
Washington minus or plus the 2.5. All they have to do is win, or Dallas win by
less than a points. Win by a field goal, then I'm good.
So Washington plus 2.5 at home, even.
Let's try that.
All right, you like that one?
Yeah, let's try that one. I really don't love it, but it's let's do it. Let's try it.
All right. Let's see. For my last trick, I boy, I don't know, right? How about Green Bay minus the 3.5? Maybe they have a rebound. They're better than last week. I think that's true. So we're gonna find out. I'll take
defense isn't up to par. That was about to be my next one because Aaron Jones. This is an Aaron Jones game for fantasy. He's gonna kill that defensive line from Houston. Get well Adams game. Yeah, this is a get well game. They don't have anybody to smack Rodgers in the mouth. Let's see.
Well, all right, let's see
yeah, you can contain JJ Watt. He's not the Watt of old.
Nope.
Actually, to be honest with you, they really need to reduce his snaps, make him more of a limited player on big time on more passing downs, and kind of let him rest a little bit. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, but they're paying him. They're not paying him to do that. That's for sure.
Yeah, they're not, but that would be more effective, so he wouldn't be burnt out. But I think he's on the trade block.
Ooh.
That's what they say. But trading him, that's like trading Houston. He is Houston. So
yes, absolutely.
That'll be hard to actually see them trade him, but that's what the rumors are.
Can you imagine if they lost DeAndre Hopkins and JJ Watt in a calendar year?
That's huge, man.
Yeah. Anyhow, but you've got one more pick, my friend.
It's not JJ Watt no more.
He had a good game last week, though.
Let's see. Yeah, he'll give you one every now and then.
Yeah. What's it gonna be? I know you're thinking about that Chargers-Jaguars game. You're also thinking that Arizona and Seattle, they play each other fairly tight.
Yeah. Arizona usually comes out of there.
And they're at home.
With the W.
And Budda Baker, is he not one of the best players on defense? My goodness.
Man.
He had one heck of a game against Dallas.
I mean, that's whew,
and he's coming off of thumb surgery.
That's just showing you when you draft these guys, put these guys in places to succeed,
Yeah.
You haven't heard a peep out of Isaiah Simmons yet.
No.
They got him at linebacker, man. Come on.
That's looking like a kind of a bad pick right now. We saw it with Hassan
But
Reddick.
it's not. But it's not a bad pick. It's just my way. It's my way.
Yeah.
Do it my way. You know how these head coaches are.
Maybe you like the Browns.
No, give me San Francisco.
Picking the 49ers here. That's not a bad pick. But, I mean, it's hard to go against New England, especially at home. But they're getting points. So why not?
Give me San Francisco.
All right, well, there's your picks.
Hold on right quick before we recap. Let me have just a minute just to recap. Let me see if I want to change that Philly right quick.
All right.
You go ahead. I'll tell you what, since you're first, you go ahead if you don't mind, Jeff. If you don't mind, please, sir. Just give the folks, why did you take Buffalo? Why did you take Carolina? Why did you take Green Bay? And what did you see in that Pittsburgh game that was intriguing?
All right. I'll start with Pittsburgh. I'll go from the bottom up. So Pittsburgh did whatever the heck they wanted to on offense and on defense against the Browns. And yes, Baker Mayfield is hurt. His shoulder, his ribs, everything, right? So he wasn't really too efficient. I mean, he couldn't do much, but a lot of that also was on Pittsburgh. So I just think that Pittsburgh has, one of their best teams in a long time. I mean, heck, they almost made it to the playoffs with Duck Hodges last year. They've got talent everywhere, it seems. Losing Devin Bush hurts, right? But they'll make do. And I don't think they're going to skip that much of a beat in terms of defense. So, yeah, give me the Steelers on the road. All they have to do is win by more than 1 point. Next pick, Green Bay. I think they bounce back against a tough outing against Tampa Bay. Houston, we've seen them kind of struggle. Heck, they only have one win, Houston. They had a chance to win against Tennessee last week, but their horrible schedule continues with the Packers this week. I just tend to like Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay against that Houston defense, which hasn't really done much. So I'm taking Green Bay, 3.5. New Orleans and Carolina. First of all, let me tell you this. Let me share this stat with you. New Orleans has allowed 20 red zone trips by opponents, and those opponents have scored a touchdown 17 times. 17 touchdowns and 20 red zone trips. If there's one more than small, one area of Carolina's game that they really need to improve, it's red zone scoring touchdowns in the red zone. And of course, that's probably going to have a positive spin once McCaffrey returns, right? Because he is either a playmaker or he's a decoy. That is an area that Teddy Bridgewater tends to struggle, but we've also seen them do fairly well. In their 3-game win streak, they did fairly well in the red zone. I think this is just an area where Carolina can exploit the Saints, their defense, and I think they can keep it within 7.5 points. And could they win? Sure, they could win. It would be a kind of an upset, but I think they can cover the 7.5 points. They are a good cover team. When they're favored, they tend to struggle. So I'm going to take the Panthers plus 7.5. And as far as the Bills and the Jets, I mean, the Jets lead the league in having categories being ranked 31st or 32nd in the league.
Wow.
No, they do. I mean, they just I don't even know about that stat if it's true or not, but it sure sounds like it. The Jets are just struggling. The Bills have a much better offense, a better defense, even though their defense has kind of struggled in their last 2 games. I just think that the Bills are the better team, and I'm thinking like a 27-10 type of game here, and that would cover the 12.5 points. So I'm going to take the Bills minus 12.5 as my 4th pick against the coin. So, did I give you enough time?
Look, Jeff, right? Let me just go back to that astounding New Orleans stat that you just brought out. So it was 17 out of 20 times in the red zone.
Yeah,
they scored a touchdown.
Opponents.
So what about those other 3? Did they kick a field goal?
It could have been. Oh, you mean the 3 times that? Yes, it was a field goal. Yeah.
So they scored. So basically, the team every time in the red zone, they've scored.
Yeah, 85% of the time, teams will score once they reach the 20-yard line against the Saints.
Wow, no takeaways, nothing down in there. Okay, well, that's interesting.
It is.
All right,
it's a telling stat.
it really is. That's when the field is condensed, you would think you would get a little better. But wow,
you would think.
Let's see. All right, let me give you my recap right quick. Philadelphia. I chose Philadelphia and the Giants. Just the NFC least. As you all know, I'm a Cowboys fan by now. So, I mean, just looking at our division, I mean, you know, Philadelphia has a mass unit right now. They play pretty well as far as, you know, garbage points coming back against Baltimore. They should have Deshaun Jackson back, deep field threat.
No Miles Sanders.
Yeah, no Miles. That's going to hurt.
No Zach Ertz. No Dallas Goedert.
No Zach. But
you've
Travis
got Travis Fulgham.
So.
And Greg Ward.
I trust Philadelphia to come away with this one because that defensive front is going to shut down that run game and give Daniel Jones some headaches. Dallas, like I said, back to the NFC least. I mean, who can we beat by more than 3 points? I mean, let's be honest here. I don't think we can beat anybody by 3 points.
Haven't they allowed like 36 points a game?
I would say 40 if you get the way it feels.
Right.
Look, here's the thing. Monday night, I'm in my matchup. I'm winning by about 4. And we're in the fourth quarter. And lo and behold, I'm up against D-Hop. And I'm like, wow, they are really shutting D-Hop down. The game is, you know, in the balance. It's done. Why not just pull D-Hop? Just let some of these other guys go ahead and get some burn. Lo and behold, here comes D-Hop with a slant. What was that? About 65, 70 yards?
Yeah.
Took me right out. That play put me underwater. I lost my week because of that. But, you know, it is what it is. Let's see. Let's go to Atlanta. I kind of like Atlanta in this one as for a field goal at least. Detroit might come out to a 14-0 lead, which is seems like what they're doing in the first quarter. They're playing real good football first. Mid-second quarter, they're playing excellent football, but mid-second quarter on, I don't know what happens to this team.
You got DeAndre Swift returning back to Georgia.
Got a get right game for Matt Ryan. Julio got his get right game, so I'm taking Atlanta with that one. San Francisco, return of Jimmy Garoppolo comes back home.
That's right.
To be honest, folks, that's just a gut one. I have really no reason to really do that. That was just a gut pick. Yeah, just I know I'm not supposed to go by my gut, but that's all I really have on that one. That's all I have for that one.
All right. Well, we're gonna see how the coin does this week. Boy, I mean, 0-14 last week that's impressive.
I mean, that's hard to do even if you try. That's just like going 14-0, like you said.
Yeah. Right. I mean, we'd be going crazy if the coin went 14-0.
Right. Folks will start pulling out a coin. Yeah, folks will start pulling out a coin and start putting money on that one. But
all right, so let's ask our viewers to send in their 4 picks. Who would they take against the coin and see how they do? So any parting thoughts?
Let's see. Yeah, no parting thoughts on my end. I did want to change that Philadelphia one, but I kind of talked myself into it now.
Are you sure?
Go ahead.
Change it?
Go ahead and put it in pen. Go ahead and put it in pen. Put it in ink now.
Okay.
I'm taking it.
It's in.
All right, folks. Any last words, Jeff, before we close out?
I don't know. I'm predicting a comeback here for the coin this week.
We'll see.
We'll see.
But one thing I have noticed is it is squeezing in with these bye weeks, kind of taking a little bit more off the table from us. So it's making it a little bit harder, because we don't have as many games to pick from.
Oh, by the way, this whole show I've had this saying week 6. It's really week 7.
That's fine. I'm pretty sure everybody knew what.
There we go.
Was happening.
It's yeah.
All right, folks. Just to wrap it up for week 7. Can you beat the coin? I'm your humble host, the Fantasy Typhoon, CEO of Fantasy Typhoon Studios on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe. And along with my good friend, Jeff Haseley of the world famous Football Guys. We'll come back and recap next week on Wednesday. And let's see what the coin does. And hopefully I can beat you this week.
There you go. Hopefully we can take the coin out again. This is the third consecutive week we've beaten the coin. So
yeah, we both have beaten the coin twice this year. So let's see if we can keep our streak going.
Sounds good.
All right, folks, we out.